Ziggity Zig, back with more Tales from the Ladders. Another game sent to us by our good friend Rush SC2 over of Clan Ung? I don't know. And here on the top right of Deadwing, and down here on the bottom left is Raven. Now, when this game loaded up, it did show that Raven here is confirmed as a random player. So Rush is coming into this game thinking that he's up against a random player. So I'm wondering if he's going to come across, and the first thing he's just going to do is block off this ramp, just in case, because when you get random, then there's a 1 in 3 chance you get Zerg, and it's a 1 in 3 chance you get Zerg, it's a 50-50 chance they're just going to 6-pool and kill you. Of course, this is a 4-player map. But I do believe it is set to cross-spawn only. In fact, I think Bombdegor sent that in the comments of one of the previous videos where this map is, yes, cross-spawn only. So if you want to confirm that once again, because you know you always have to teach me things about several times. You gotta tell me once, you gotta tell me 1,000 times. There's that wall off there for Rush. So he is getting the wall just in case, out of the case of paranoia. Raven, however, knows that he's up against a Terrence and knows that he can keep all of his things really close to his base. In fact, what you want to do in case of a Rax rush is just get all your buildings... No, I meant put it down here. Just do that again. Raven, back it up. Back it up full steam. So Raven obviously did not get the comment from Bombdegor that this map is cross-spawn only, and it does seem that... Rush, I almost called him Bombdegor, is going to stay in his base for now. No scout just yet, which is probably really safe. It will hopefully be safe from any kind of cheese. I'm just trying to think of what kind of cheese would this not be safe from. As long as he's watching this, make sure that there's not a probe coming in for a cannon rush. You can sneak in a probe and then cannon rush from down there, in which case you can build a wall all you like, and it's not going to protect you from stuff that's already gotten past it. Sort of like that movie Phenomenon, when John Travolta got all smart and he learned that he'd accidentally locked the bunny in his vegetable garden, and that's why the bunny was eating all the vegetables, despite the fact that he just kept building a better and better fence. It wasn't that the bunny was a locksmith, it was that the bunny had been living there the entire time. Now we have the worst thing that can happen. We have a probe from a random race player. He's now in her base. He's stealing all her mans. Looks like, yep, Rush is doing the exact same thing, and now, yep, there it is, and he is, oh, he was hidden. He was staying hidden. But now, no, now he's going to pick on Rush's SCV, and this SCV is, oh, okay, finally realized what was going on there. Would like to finish that, oh, so he did finish that supply depot and got out of there. This Reaper is going to take a few good shots at the probe. No one's, yeah, well, Rush isn't going to lose an SCV, which is pretty positive. So it's actually about, yeah, it's kind of similar, because Raven lost his scouting probe, but Rush's scouting probe is still just wandering around. So they do have, yeah, it's only, no, he is down by 1, but at the same time they both have a couple of these guys wandering out. So there's a Stalker coming across. We did see the Reaper. Is this like a 3-Stalker Rush? I don't, I'm not quite sure what's going on down here with this build. We got double gas early on. That's kind of early. Looks like Rush is going for a standard command center expo, but he's also using the Reaper there as some damage. But he's got just a probe and a Stalker, so there's the forward pylon just there. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Raven's tech there, because if he's gonna do anything with early blink Stalkers, oh, and a bunker right up front. That's a really awesome move there by Bombdegor, because this is what's going to protect the command center once he moves it down to the bottom. I don't think they've got any kills off of this Reaper here. No, he only got the 1 kill, but no, that was the SCP that was already there. But 2 Reapers are down here right now. I'm not sure what kind of damage 2 Reapers are going to do against a single Stalker. He's probably going to have to hope and pray, but the problem here is that, oh yeah, there we go. So the returning Reaper from Rush had to get back in and around here. Now he's pulling a little bit of micro just to get around that, but he also does know that there is this pylon just over here, and now he's got a 3 Reaper, the 1 Stalker once more. The only other unit down here, I think, is a probe right there for Raven, and he's just sitting down there at the bottom. He is losing a couple of units just there and not taking care of... There we go. So with the last remaining Reaper that is already out there, no, not going to take care of that pylon at all, which is interesting. Warp Gate is almost finished right now. 2 more gates on their way in, so this would just be a basic 4-gate push. Aha, there we go. So the 2 more units could come in right now. The fourth gate is not quite ready, so if there were a 4-gate, then I think Raven would be able to do something about this. He's now still trying to just put a little bit more pressure on this right now, but Rush able to control his units. There's the double warp in back at the back, and that is going to be able to save it. And he does save this pylon with 96 health. Half health, no shields, and now the third gate is up. The fourth gate is going to be up momentarily. Going to continue on with the bunker building. There's a second bunker going down, but there's just not enough units. These 3 stalkers are going to come down here, and they're actually going to circumvent it entirely. They do try to get over this Widow Mine, but the Widow Mine manages to pick off one of the stalkers. That is huge. 2 of the stalkers die, and the third one probably, as soon as the Marine can maybe get into the bunker. No, doesn't quite make it. But now the SCV is going to do a little bit of repair. There's only 1 Marine here in this one single bunker. This other bunker is not completed. There's a timer happening over here on the Widow Mine, and he's just not going to have the attack for it. Oh, these 2 Marines really probably could have picked off this one stalker just here. He's now coming in with a 4-gate warp in, and now there's just too many stalkers right now on the field for Rush to do anything about. He's really worried about this. We've got the Widow Mine. There's nothing there that Raven can actually detect. That was awesome. But he does have a couple of Marines, and with a little bit of focus fire, just make sure that you're picking off the right stalkers here, because he does have enough Marines to probably take care of this. If he can focus fire it down, there's no Widow Mine, and the Widow Mine is really going to make a whole lot of money deals right here, because that is going to blow up 1, maybe 2. 1, and gets all the shields there. Still pumping out the units. Nothing coming out of the factory at the moment. But oh dear, what a really poor queuing and rally point set there for the barracks, is they weren't quite able to, or did he? I'm not sure if that 1 Marine got around, if there was no Marines left. And these Widow Mines, just well-placed Widow Mines, this is when, and now Raven's going to bring in just a number more stalkers. There's no second base right now for Raven. Does manage to get, did I see a... Yeah, I did see a Robo Bay going on right there, and there's the Observer, so just trying to deal with what he's got. Even if a basic one base 4-gate push, he does need the vision, because Bomdagor, or, oh my god, Rush! Sorry, I called you Bomdagor, not that it's an insult to either of you, I'm just getting everyone's names wrong, and I feel bad. Rush has figured out a really good defense against a 4-gate here, and that is going to be these Widow Mines, and they are just devastating. I never thought I would see so much of a pack of stalkers get blasted away by these units, but I guess they are always referred to as glass cannons. So now it's all about the hold, but at the same time as the hold, Rush is now trying to get himself out and into the game, but now what you see up here is the Twilight Council going down by Raven, so I think it might be some Blink Stalkers, because with Blink Stalkers and Observer, then Raven just needs to go over here to the side, and he can pop right up here to the top and go all the way around these units, these Widow Mines, and the bunkers, and the Marines in general. So there's Blink on its way. It's going to be quite some time before that's ready. Here comes the Observer. The Observer's going to move in and take out, I think a couple of stalkers going to go up against these Widow Mines, and yes, that's going to be enough. Now here comes a number more units, and this Observer is just now going to destroy. Now how did it see that? The Observer got taken out by the Widow Mine. Does the Widow Mine have the tech? Oh no, the splash damage on the Stalker would have meant that the damage would have moved out to the side and blown up the Observer. However, Raven did have a second Observer up in behind that. Now he's just got, there's really not all that much up here at the top. He doesn't even have any more. Oh, he's down to like his last few Marines there. He's got no... I don't see any Widow Mines right now on the field. This Observer is up top into the base. Blink is half done, but I really don't think Blink is going to be necessary here. There's another warp in I saw just down here on the mini-map. There's some more Stalkers coming in. There's nothing other than Stalkers, and I'm actually being a little worried about that. I think with the gas, that... Well, it really doesn't have all that much gas, but with Raven, I think he could use maybe a sentry or 2. He's decided to move back around just because this bunker did finish off. He's got a Marauder, just 1 Marauder, and 2 Marines in it. I cannot quite fathom why Raven hasn't just popped in here. I think he's waiting for Blink before he moves up, because he doesn't want to get... He got a little bit choked out just there. In behind this, Rush was able to make the starport and the drop ships, but for some reason, still, there's another warp in just there. If you look at the EPM, it is a little bit low as an average for Raven, but the current is pretty high. Rush really able to make this work, and there's Blink finally finishing, and now Rush is ready all up here at the top, but he does not see what's happening down here. But no, he does see it now, and now they're moving in, and this is going to be the time when they come in and they just devastate. All of these workers killed. Raven's got 16 workers killed, and it's just going to get worse. This is not enough of an army for Rush to deal with. Oh, this 4-gate just did not go well for Rush. He just got hit with most of this, but sadly, these Marauders, with the dropships in behind them, they are putting in some work now. And there's a couple more Warpins down at the bottom, and Raven is finally taking his expansion. There are only 6 workers left right now for Rush, but he's got combat shield, he's got +1, almost done. So the engineering base, he did manage to save the orbital command. He's salvaging a couple of these bunkers just to get a little bit more money, because other than that, it's mules are going to save the day. He's got 50 energy. He did have 50 energy there. That was probably another mule. But as far as the army supply go, a Rush does have the army supply currently. Here's another few stalkers that are going to blink in down here because the Observer is on its way, but the Observer is slightly outside of range. And now he's taking out this pylon, but the Blink Stalkers are back up into the base, and they're moving in, and they're going to take out these SCVs. They're going to, well, at least attack the SCVs once more, but there's Rush, and he's moving over his other base, so he's just getting ready to get the macro up in the other direction. Here comes the move again, where the dropships are on their way over. Oh! Rush is just trying to move these Marines and Marauders around. He did get a couple out from those barracks, and he is trying to continue getting rid of these units. He did manage to get rid of the forward pylon, and with no other forward pylon, even with a worker supply of what Raven's got right now, if you look at the income tab, it's just ridiculously out of place. But with YOLO mules, or OP mules, or whichever you want to call them, I think Rush could probably get back into this. Maybe for a certain amount of timing. And with this army, just with the size of it, oh, he's... Nope. Okay, he's not gonna boost up. I would boost up. I think that's close to what I do, but now he's worried about these El Naga towers, and he's going to head down here, and he is going to get really excited by this, because he sees one probe, which is dead. Then he gets close enough to this, and this forward pylon is gone. So aside from this Observer, there is nothing outside of Raven's base, and now he's just into Zealots? I don't think he worked on Charge. Is Charge done? Can't tell if Charge is done. Yep. Okay, so he worked on Charge. So he's got Charge and Blink. He's trying to get down the Robotics Support Bay. Support Bay? Where's the Support Bay? There it is. Oh, it's just the Robotics Bay. Yeah, the Support Bay was from... It was a Robotics Bay and a Robotics Support Bay, I think was what it was in StarCraft 1. Yes, I remember StarCraft 1 and whatever the thing that everyone refers to it as. I referred to it as StarCraft 1, but everyone else calls it Here is charge lots going up against zero upgraded charge lots going up against these 1-1s, I think. 1-1s, stim, and they're just going to kite. All the Marauders are just going to kite these Zealots, and Raven has finally figured out that he's not going to win the chase, despite the fact that he has charge lots, but charge lots are only going to help you out there if you can stop him with some sentries. There's still no sentries yet when you go up against a random. Rush was able to get back into this, even with the mules. Look at that, he's right back on top, or right back up there for income. Because of these mules, if you're going to polish off a Terran, you got to polish them off right. And oddly enough, he scanned to find the Observer, but he did not have any Marines left in his base. So now he's just bringing in this remainder of Marauders, and he's still making a bunch more Marauders, still working on the supplies, still just continually making more units, and now there's a couple of Zealots in there, but it's mostly just probes. And actually, if you look at the income tab, it's 49 Harvesters to 29. Needs a few more mules up top in his main base. It does Rush, but he's coming in here. There is now one Colossus on the field right now, but one Colossus versus these Marauders. I think right now, if he could get any kind of any kind of stim, or now he's gonna pick them all up. I was just trying to say, if he could get any kind of Vikings out there, then he could knock these guys out, because now only is where you're seeing the air troops coming out, and now Rush has decided, all right, that's good enough. Which I don't fully agree with, because he's still not on a very good economy right now. It was very much devastated by those Blink Stalkers. And I'm a little worried right now as to what's going on next. And there's another command center, so he's probably going to be getting another orbital command just to continue on with the mules, continue on with the economy. There's extended thermal lance and another expansion right now up there for Raven as well. So they're both kind of just trying to rebuild their armies, and there's some sentries, maybe a little too late, but Sentry, Colossus, Charclad, Blinkstalker, got an Observer. It's a decent group, but I'm a tad concerned. Oh, that Raven doesn't know what's coming over here. And what kind of tech do we have up here? We've got all the good tech. We've got this. We've got the robotics facility. And no, Raven doesn't see this. He's going to be on his way up, and this is going to take care of... There's no probes over here already, which is kind of interesting, but taking care of this robotics bay, that's going to be big. And now just trying to get rid of the remainder of these units. And no, he's going to boost his way out. So got rid of... So there's going to only be 2 Colossus on the field, I believe. Sniping that was a big hit. Raven can't afford another one, but it's a big hit just there. Can't make another. There it is. There's the other one just there after he realizes that in making his second Colossus, he can't make it third because he's going to be waiting. What's going on? He's going to be waiting to see what now comes out of Rush's army. Now he's got the Vikings there going up against these Colossus. So it's going to be Vikings, Marauder hitting air and ground, but the only thing in the air are these guys that are up on the stilts, because when you have tall enough shoes, then you have skybound. And you can quote me on that. Small sip of water while we wait to see if there's going to be any kind of scouting or additional probe or outer probe or some sort of forward pylon just to reinforce this army, as things are pretty much on an even keel right now. The worker supply is coming back to an even amount. Rush is staying... Well, Rush was staying a little bit ahead insofar as supply, but then you got a little bit of supply block, and this is when they both just kind of accidentally meet up without any kind of able... And they run into each other. Raven is the first one to blink. He moves away, and Rush is actually getting a few pretty useful hits there. He does spread his army out a little bit, trying to get these Vikings to shoot down these Colossus as best they can, but this number of Marauders there just getting their way through this army, and now there's absolutely nothing left to Raven's army. That was quite the accidental battle there. I want to back it up one more time. One more. Did I hit V? I think I hit V. So there is the army supply to 70 to 59. 57, these Marauders, and they just sort of move around, and there's some reinforcements coming around from that side. Rush does move a bunch of his units out to the back, but he does get a bit, quite a decent concave there. There's no upgrades just here, so these 1-1 Marauders with the dropship there, and I don't know how many stims I saw, but I am in slow motion, so I can't really see it. These 2 Vikings were enough to take out the Colossus, and then there was absolutely nothing left. Only lost 20 and destroyed 50. Wow, that was quite the accidental engagement at the end there. But if you watch this, leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @ziggityzig. There's more Tales from the Ladder coming up this week, and then next week we might be back to live games if I can talk myself into playing again. Stay tuned.